Okay, hi guys, we're back for part two with SPITMASK, who are joining us from Berlin. Um, so we'll just wait for them to jump back on. Sorry about that. The 60-minute limit is a nightmare because I'm clearly someone who likes to talk a lot. And then once I start talking, it becomes an epic thing. Okay, okay, just going live again. Hey, how's that arm?
It's good. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out like the best tape
That's
situation.
fine. We got it.
You just need to recline more, like do a bit more reclining. Yeah, maybe not that far. Now you're all chin.
Yeah, I'm all chin.
I got one chin, only one.
Yeah, exactly. You can't get like, sometimes when I go, ha ha ha, I look like I've got two and it's a nine. When you can see it yourself, you're like, oh, it kind of races it.
That's much better. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good.
Get in.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so we're talking about noise labels. It's like I can't even say Philip's label name.
Oh.
I just say Philip's A&W.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
even the
I spelled it wrong for a minute, but I don't know. It sounds so off no my own Wiedergabe.
Yeah, so it sounds amazing. Yeah, you just close off there. Like, look at you go. Or I'm like offen and wogen.
Probably be able to say some German things.
It's like when you've got you know, the street names and stuff, and all I know is like it's something Straub.
Strasse.
Yeah.
It looks
Strasse,
even
yeah.
less.
Yeah,
so
Strasse.
Strasse. Okay. Yeah, because I'm shocking at that sort of stuff. And it's like German, I was like, had a constant like German, you know, thing on my phone. So I could constantly like look up words and stuff if someone said something. Because I like feel like even though everyone speaks English mostly, like sometimes they kind of, I feel like a bit of a dumbass. Like, it's like, because everyone in Europe knows at least
two languages.
Two languages at least. And like, and then you're like, all I know is English. I feel like such a dumb, like, you know.
Yeah, I feel like
you should do better.
I feel like a complete asshole when like a client comes in and
he manages a hair salon and doesn't speak German.
I don't know how I got that gig. I mean, it's really funny. Like, huh? Okay.
And every morning I'm like, let's do a German lesson. He's like, oh yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I got time. I'm getting it slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I know how to say what I need to say.
Say, yeah. Right. And when you're like, I feel like when you're using it, yeah, like when you're using it, like it's easier. Like once you stop using it, you lose it straight away. Like
Nicaragua, and all of my Spanish went. I was like trying to speak German to people in Nicaragua because that's like I know it's not English, so that's I don't know. It was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah.
No, Ola.
Do you think like down the track you'll ever like incorporate, you know, some kind of like German lyric, you know, like German lyrics into your music?
I have a song title actually that's in German that I have written down. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm about to start taking German classes, so possibly.
Brian.
I'm really bad at pronunciation. Like I'm so bad. I'm like so
bad.
Yeah,
no, I am as well, so I can relate. Someone will say something like, and I'll be like, I say it the wrong way every time, and I'll have to be like, hey, how do you say it properly? Can you tell me? Like, because I'll say it, and when I was in the UK, I'd say words all the time, and people would be like, that's not how you say it, and I'd be like, yeah, it is. That's how. Because Australia is very simple in the fact like we just say things the way they're read.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, so,
Everyone
you know.
thinks their own language. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're like, yeah. So whenever, I'd go and say something, and people would just say, "That's not how you say it," and I'd be like, "Well, that's how I say it, all right? Right?"
You get the.
Yeah, it's like you get the point. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, because that's like I always find like, I mean, like Noise Button, for example, like they have a massive English fan base and have no fucking clue what the dude's saying.
I used to call it I'm sort of like
Yeah, exactly.
and
It took me forever too.
I know like so many like listening to Daft now is so much easier. I'm like, oh, I know what they're saying. That's
Yeah.
I wear leather.
Well, it's like it always makes me laugh. Rammstein, you know, and like the lyrics, you know, and they're like, ugh, and people are like, du hast, and you're like, getting right into it, and you're like,
Their new
the
song
lyrics
is, oh god, it's so good. Like,
what's
I'm
that?
not a Rammstein fan, but their new song Deutschland is so fucking cool. It's
I have
so
to listen to it. I
yeah,
like
please.
their live show, regardless of, I guess, whether you like them or not. Their live show is like next level.
I've never seen
Like,
them live.
they've got like the guy, like the main singer, like he sets himself on fire.
Yeah.
And he sings like on fire. It's fucking insane. He has like a silver suit, and they just light him up, and he's like arms and that, and then it sort of goes near his head, and it's all on fire. And
Dude,
it's like that was
that's a show.
and he still plays.
Our next show. He's getting the torch next show.
And like, yeah,
love on fire.
what's that? Yeah, I was just like, that's like a next level, like, you know. I remember that was like early in their early years. So they immediately started with the fire shit, and I was like, whoa. And then there's one where I think where it went wrong and shit caught on fire like early on, but now they've got it down to a fine art. But they have like those things that blow up, the blow fire as well. So like fire all around the stage. Let's set ourselves on fire, blah blah blah. But I've always found that interesting, like that people, like English people, loving music that they just don't even know what it means. Like, you know, and I'll be the first to admit, I love Noise Button, but I don't know what the fuck he's saying. Half the, you know, like you have to look it up, and like, but you know, you like the sound of it basically.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, but yeah, it's a little weird. But yeah, and then I remember, that my little niece is obsessed with Du Hast, that song, and she's like 7, and she like loves it. She just pumps that shit, and she's in the background like Du Hast. They're like, I'm just like, this is amazing, but also okay. I'm like, she's just screaming, you hate, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's cute. I would like to see where
it's really cute.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, I think
I
posted one, I think, like last time I saw her. Like every time I see her, I'll be like, play one of the songs, you know, one of the ones you like, because she always tries to show off, like by trying to pick something heavy that she thinks that I will like. So yeah, she picks something, and then she'll be like, yeah, and like going nuts in the like, so yeah, I did a whole bunch of like Instagram stories like last time I saw her 6 months ago or something, like just like me driving and her, like, you know, and her on the side like going mental to all these different songs and like knowing all the lyrics, head banging, like throwing shit around, and I was just like, this kid, she's amazing, you know. Next level. But yeah, like that is like a, I guess, yeah. And then but bringing English into a foreign language like place is much more like, it's just acceptable. Like, yeah. I don't think I really heard, like when I was in Berlin, like I don't think I heard any musicians playing German.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Schweffelgelb,
Die Selection.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, because everyone just, is in English. So is there like, have you, like, since you've been there, has there been like a new, I guess, like, being in that environment, and especially it's so conducive to industrial music and all that kind of thing.
More
Like,
so techno, though.
what's that?
More so techno, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of techno. A lot of techno. Have you gone to the whatever it is, Bergheim or whatever?
Yeah.
You can't get in?
A couple times before we moved here, too. I always have a good time there, but I wouldn't say it's like my favorite club. And it's not really even that great for live music. Like the sound isn't, it's more just for like getting fucked up and listening to a DJ.
Yeah.
So,
The canteen is cool though.
the canteen is nice. They have like a smaller building behind. It's called just Bergheim Canteen. More for like live shows, but.
Yeah, we saw a uniform there and they were great.
Oh,
And
Langwig, Nada,
she was great.
Chubinair and Switchwallen.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's a really good venue.
Yeah, because you saw it. I spoke to Michael from Uniform the other day.
Yeah.
Static
Hey.
Room is
Hey,
in the house. And so, like, have you made like a ton of, I guess, like, peer friends? Like, what now that you're like kind of over there? Like,
That's
you're
also
amongst it?
big reason why we moved out here is because when we would come visit before we moved here, it was just like we just clicked with people really fast. And it's not to say we didn't have friends in the States and I guess Texas in particular, but it was just kind of not as.
the community was smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made it easy to make friends, I guess. But yeah, we just clicked with people immediately out here, so it was easy to move to a place when you already have like a whole bunch of friends there.
And you hang out with, they're great musicians.
Yeah, they're like-minded. You already have things in common.
Yeah, you can talk to them like you can gear talk with them better. I mean, I hate gear talk, but
and that's what I like about out here too is that other musicians also hate gear talk.
In
the States, someone wants to talk about gear, and I'm like,
because they're trying to one up you. Like, it's really weird. Oh, did you get this? Oh, hello, Barbara.
Yes, Poppy.
What's the I think like even more so with like with bands, that's definitely even worse, the gear talk.
Yeah.
Like earlier today, it was like, oh, this pedal, that pedal, blah blah blah, and it was like, I'm falling asleep now.
Yeah, it's
abuse. It's punishment.
That's like a hardcore like thing. Like, there's the gear people are like like they're almost like they're like a form of autism.
Like the Euro rap kids.
They just love like, oh, you guys are getting a bit blurry.
Oh, sorry.
It might be just your internet connection.
Good.
That's all right.
So
It's still a little blurry, but you could use this as footage for a clip.
Yeah, they're
filtered.
Yeah. So I guess like out of like a lot of the people that you've met and everything over there, and in Europe and everywhere in general, like, is there any like couple of artists particularly that you guys like have been like feel like, I guess, that you've really been like influenced or impressed by, like,
I wouldn't say that we really draw much influence from people besides like older bands, but definitely up to. And okay, Poppy.
There's definitely a lot of people that we look up to.
I mean, like anyone on Philip's label is
good.
Amazing. Anyone on Fleisch or Instruments of Discipline. Pablo Bozzi is like a madman.
Yeah. So. Ahmad, who does Sarin, I love that dude and like the way that he produces stuff.
Unit is amazing.
Also Contain and Pablo. But like, there's so many people out here. Like, I can't even pick one.
Yeah.
That see them live, and you're just like, wow, man, they just do it different out here, you know. I'm sorry, but yeah.
No, it's awesome. I'm loving the dog cameos. I'm a massive dog person, so I'm loving it every time someone has a dog come in.
It's nice to see people that push you, you know, artistically. You know, when we first got here, I was like, oh my God, I think we suck. I think we suck really bad. Oh no, it's like playing in the big league, you know, like they you know, this scene forces you to get better, and that just, you know, it makes me happy because you know, music for me personally is an emotional outlet. You know, whenever I'm happy,
you can't write anything.
I can't, like, it's
and happy for me. That's like when I write stuff.
Yeah. But when stuff is like kind of chaotic in my head, you know, that's when I feel more productive, and that's when I'm trying to drag, you know, things out of my head and show Rachel them, and she's like, you can tell when things start coming together that for some reason I'm just like kind of going weird in my head, you know. But then it all gets out. But then after the song is out, and I'm back to normal, you know.
Normal. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a bloodletting catharsis type thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like, I can't, like, even like with, I mean, I don't write songs, but I write, and I can't write when I'm like super happy.
Yeah.
Like if I sit down and try and write like poetry or whatever, no chance.
Yeah.
I'll just stare at the piece of paper like I've got nothing. Like, I've got to have, so there's got to be shit going on, or like, you know, I've got to be in a shitty mood or a bad mood, or like a down or something, like, you know, or else like it. Happy just doesn't produce the best results, unfortunately.
Happy doesn't work. We got to be miserable.
Yeah. And Berlin's perfect for that, you know. It's perfect. Everyone gets to wear black and be miserable together.
Everybody's miserable. Act accordingly. You know?
Yeah. It's great. I'm just all about it. But so who have you gotten to I guess play with over there where you've been, like, you've played with opera, and who else have you played with that you've been like gone on tour with
recently? Just because we haven't played in so long. What was it? Even our last Berlin show?
It was with Street Sex.
Yeah, with Street Sex.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, who we know from Austin. Actually, we were supposed to play with them, I don't know, like 3 years ago or something. And we had just bought new speakers the day before, and it was at like a DIY, like kind of grimy place, so we didn't really trust the speakers that they would have there, so we brought our own. And I guess in the process of moving them, and because they were new or something, both of the tweeters blew, so we kept just trying to start our set. It was like muffled and super, super low. That was the only time we ever couldn't play the show.
We've played with Front 242.
That was in Leipzig.
Then we played with Nights Arab, but that was in Manchester.
Yeah, I think you're asking about Berlin people.
No, anywhere, anywhere. UK, Europe, wherever.
We did dates with Static Bloom, which are awesome. Which was awesome. Let's see. I mean, we've gotten a lot. Oil Thief, yeah. We've gotten a lot more opportunities out here.
Yeah.
What's
Because
my mind drawing a blank right now?
Yeah, I feel like the Houston scene.
Fawn Control.
Yeah, they're Fawn Control. I feel like the Houston scene is, and please correct me if I'm wrong, a little bit more cyber goth. You know, like when.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that. There's like the Numbers crowd. There's one good club there called Numbers, and that's, I guess you could say it's like a little more, like when we played with Leather Strip, there was like.
Oh, love it, yeah. What was that like?
And, you know, and Numbers is a really cool place because it's it's been like a staple in the South for like industrial
It's my
and
numbers coffee mug, actually.
Oh,
every,
hey.
everybody's played their like early ministry, like early
Or Black Box.
yeah, like
I mean,
everybody,
literally anyone.
yeah, like Sonic Youth, like when they were like younger and stuff like that, like
Yeah, yeah.
every there, and it's such a cool place, and that's like a basically the only
That's what-
home
Yeah.
that we have in Houston that we would go Friday nights because they would play like really cool industrial EBM, old like Smiths and stuff like
Post-punk.
post-punk, and it was
80s.
yeah, and it was
It's like one of the only things I miss in Houston, honestly.
yeah, and it's really weird because they really, in my opinion, they don't have. I haven't found a club out here that does kind of like the same
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
dance party, but
Yeah.
you know, it's more like boom, boom,
Because I just
boom, boom.
think it's because also that club is so huge. Like, I'll YouTube some numbers videos that they have on YouTube and just like dance in my living room with my own drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a 2,000 cap club. I mean, it was
Wow,
huge,
yeah. So it's massive. Yeah.
but that place is epic, and it's always saying that it's going to shut down, but it never shuts down.
Yeah.
Like, one of
The
those
never
places.
ending. Yeah. As like I think I was saying to you guys about how much like you know, Urban Spree. Like I really liked Urban Spree, but also it's a nightmare for people like us because you walk in there and everyone's wearing black head to toe and pretty much everyone has black hair. So everyone looks exactly the fucking same and you're trying to find people and the lights are basically black.
Just always check the backstage. Everyone's in the backstage.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
the thing is that I found that if I'm looking for Rachel, all I have to see is the reflection or the reflective
Probably
light.
my-
Yeah.
I was like, where is she? Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I'm like the palest person I know. I don't know. I tan really easy too. It's SPF.
Oh. See, I don't tan. I just burn. Like, I mean, my makeup's making me look a lot less white than I am, but I'm bloody white. Like when you know when my legs come out, it's like everyone's always like, whoa, and I'm like, I'm not tanning. I'm like, it's unnatural, guys. Like, and yeah, I don't tan. I just burn, go bright red, and then straight back to white. So yeah.
I'm Greek, so I guess that's I'm Greek and German, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Keeps me from burning.
yeah. Probably more the Greek side.
Oh.
Defo. Just thinking about it. But yeah, you're right. It's like, yeah, then you go around that back bit and it's the upstairs, isn't it? That's like little back.
That's one of the backstages, and then there's one kind of in the main room. And
Yeah.
yeah, you walk into some of those rooms sometimes, and I'm just like,
Urban Spree is not that bad because it's small, but like Trésor, like if you start going into some of like the weirder, smaller rooms, like where it's like completely pitch black. Like,
all
good luck.
you see is like flicking of lighters.
Phones and-
Yeah.
Well, you can't. They put a sticker over your phone at Trésor, so
It's like flicking
Oh,
of
yeah.
lighters and people going.
yeah. I know that sniff. I know who that is.
All right, yeah, all right, I'm
Isn't
out.
that like yeah, that's the same as Bergheim or whatever? Like you can't have your phone. Like so you can have your phone, but like do they?
Can't take photos.
Yeah,
can
so,
take-
yeah.
Like audio, video. I guess. I mean, I've done that before.
Who was it that took a video in there and they?
You?
No,
You took
no,
a video
I
of
mean, no,
ancient
no.
methods while they were
Wait,
playing.
wait. Okay,
Put your fucking phone
okay,
down.
I did, but
Like
there was,
front row, like just an asshole, like at Burgheim.
there was somebody who posted a picture on their Instagram and they got a hold of.
Oh, it was Chloe.
It was Chloe. Okay, yeah, somebody posted a picture from inside of Berghain and
They like found her from her
like hashtag.
Instagram. No, from her Instagram.
From
I've been told also at Grace Mila, I took a video and they were like, you have to take this down or we'll do something to you. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't like you taking videos or photos out here.
Most of the clubs
Which is
out,
nice.
yeah, most of the clubs out here. I mean, it's just like that. So it's like no judgment zone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No
It's like, it's like but when you're watching someone, you know, and you like, I get the whole like, you know, there's certain things that they don't want people to see, you know, but you know, when it's like just like an artist playing or something, I don't really understand why you're not allowed to shoot that or whatever. Like, it doesn't detract.
At Grace Mueller, and they told you to delete it, like.
I think it's just Philip DJ.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. I think it's just easier for them to just say no phones.
Nothing. Yeah. It's like there's a club in LA that's the same. And like that you have to wear black and everything. Yeah. It's owned by run by the guy from I forgot his name. And it's like, yeah, you have to wear black, and like you get an actual physical card membership and everything. And then like, and if you get caught taking photos or doing anything that breaks the rules, like they'll post your like membership number and be like, your membership has been revoked. It's like really like fucking full on, like in the stream, like in Instagram, you'll just go do, and then it's like, member blah blah blah, you have been revoked.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, shit. Yeah, but you have to wear you have to wear black. I don't know why I've just forgotten the name, but you know, and like,
what is it? I'm trying to remember the name of the party. I like
soft leather.
Leather.
Yeah.
To have your phone there, they have professional photographers to take photos
of the band. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my phone.
To try and stop Brian from taking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian is such a good shirt.
Yeah, it's it is crazy. So have you guys, like, I mean, obviously because COVID, there's like such a weird vibe and no one sort of knows when shit's gonna come back. Have you got like a battle plan, like for tour, like for when?
We have 2 shows right now that haven't been canceled. We have Eindhoven in the Netherlands. I think it's October 2nd with what's the name of that band? They're really good. I don't know. They're really good. Check our Instagram.
They're really good. Yeah.
Next day, we're supposed to play Body Fest in Stockholm, which is like a really big deal. As of now, they've only announced us and Absolute Body Control. So I don't know. I haven't heard, I need to check with our booker and see if that's still on. Because I feel like by now they should have announced more people. So
yeah,
I don't know. We have now that aren't canceled. And then we did get asked to do like a mini tour next year. I don't know if we're like allowed to announce it yet, but we do have some for next year.
Some stuff, yeah. Because I feel like 2021 is gonna be chaotic as fuck. It's like it's just gonna be like tour, like all these tours like just going. As soon as there's like a green light, because like they've missed all the, like, I think it's like the two tour cycles that'll be missed. So it's like then everyone will be like boom, like.
Yeah, this whole COVID thing. It sucks because, you know, we were trying to promote a record.
We had a lot of good stuff coming.
Yeah, we had a lot of good stuff coming,
but everyone did.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like everyone sort of had something, or like, you know, have you guys been working on like anything during this COVID thing? Like, I know quite a few people have like released something or done something like during COVID because they're just like so bored, and they've like been.
For sure.
yeah.
We didn't get to our studio as much as we should have. We wrote 2 songs though.
Yeah. We wrote 2 songs.
It takes us a lot longer than most people. It seems like other people turn stuff out faster than we can. So it's a longer process for us.
Yeah, it's because we're so kind of picky and go back and forth with each other about stuff.
Yes. Like Coconut Track. And...
Yeah, coconut.
I mean, we have kind of like a rhythm. Like he does most of like the drum stuff, and I do more of the synth stuff, and then he does more of the like recording the actual like tracks, and then I come in and I clean stuff up. Not just like file wise, but like
Yeah.
I do like more like the production. I have the production ideas of where we like
So you
put
kind of,
stuff.
you're kind of like coming in and like editing and
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like producer role, I guess.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, I'm really messy. It sucks. I mean, we have the idea and I throw it at the canvas basically.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Rachel gives it a form. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
it is.
yeah. This one, yeah. Yeah. So, and like, do you, like, I guess because you're together all the time, pretty much. So you can like suddenly, if you something pops in your head, you can just immediately be like, hey, I just had this idea, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
But I will say it's a lot tougher living out here than it was in the States, because in the States I worked from home, and we had a music room there. And then Brian didn't work as much as he does now. So when he didn't have a client, he would come home. So we were basically just always there and able, like, we just leave our instruments on and just kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Write something, fiddle with them.
Now he goes to work, and now we don't really have a music room. I mean, kind of, but we have a studio, so it's like a thing. It takes,
You got to
like,
go, yeah, like a show, yeah.
yeah.
So
So
when you play live, do you rely on like, do you have musical cues so that you, or visual like body language cues when you like go into like a transition and stuff? I always find that really interesting, especially when there's two people. Like I know like sometimes when I've watched opera, and like August and Luna will have eye contact like
yeah,
certain points, and
yeah,
you know it's time to do whatever.
yeah. Like he'll see me like triggering the octatrack, and he knows like how many seconds it's going to take for that to, yeah, and just
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And again, going to practice and being like,
yes.
okay, sorry, I missed the look.
Yeah. Because it's like, yeah, it is like, I think like, you know, with instrumental and with electronic, you like sometimes I'll be standing back watching, and you kind of like, I feel like you need that body language and stuff a lot more.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Because you've got so many things going on, like, it's like when, I've watched like, August and Luna like doing all the, crazy with the buttons and da 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 da, and I'm like, how the frig do you remember this? How do you remember this? And it sounds the same as it's meant to each time.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah, nuts.
Yeah.
And I always like, they've really got the visual, like the body language cues down really well now, I think. So you can see almost each time.
Sloppy Joe. Oh my God. Sorry, our cat, Sloppy Joe.
Oh,
really? He has this thing where he likes to drink out of the water. He was only drinking out of the water faucet because I thought it was cute to like have him drink out of the water faucet. And then he would only out of the water faucet, and it was really annoying. So now I've got him back on the bowl, but he like slams the bowl because he wants the water to be moving while he drinks.
Yeah.
Knocks the bowl over, and now he's drinking the water off of the floor. Okay.
Maybe you need one of those like those bottle ones where like they like when you have to take a drink.
I've tried that before. It just
no dice.
Very picky.
Yeah, this is why I'm a dog person.
Me too. I don't know why I had cats so many times. And now that I have a dog, we should have had dogs this whole time.
Because I'm like, I don't hate cats, obviously. I like them, but like, I'm definitely a dog person. But like, whenever I go to someone's house and they have cats, they come straight to me. Like, it's like I've got a big sign on my forehead that says, I prefer dogs. And so they all just go, and like, come straight to me. And yeah, different ones, like, the big furry ones or like the naked ones. Sometimes I like get super allergic.
The sphinxes.
I love the naked
Yeah.
ones.
The full naked ones where it's like just pink skin.
No, he doesn't want to come up here. This is Groucho.
He's like, this ain't cool. I love that sort of stuff. I used to do that kind of shit to my dog all the time. Like, you're gonna wear this and you're gonna do this and yeah. This is why we have pets, not children.
Yeah, we have an outfit for our cats somewhere. We should find that.
Yeah, you gotta find that.
Yeah, we put Sloppy Joe in it one time and he just refused to move. He sat there for like 30 minutes just.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Come here. Right.
I'm loving it. You know, I was gonna say, I'm just in love with the dog. He's here. Yeah, so like I guess like that. I mean, that's probably a bit easier for a couple, I think, as well. The whole body language thing, as well, because you sort of know, you know.
Yeah, we've kept the same set for about, I don't know, 6 or 7 months now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we used to do this, but every single time we used to play, we used to change our set every single time.
Yeah.
I don't want to play the same set. That was the dumbest thing ever. We were just never as prepared as we should be because you should sit over and over again.
Yeah.
So now we keep that for usually like 6 months at a time, and it's working out great. So,
yeah, because you like have that consistency.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And Brian can get his shit right, you know.
Right?
Yeah, and like I guess like we said, it's just like that long process of just learning what works better for you.
Yeah.
And
trial and error.
You know, being with somebody for 10 years, you know, you figure out when.
Yeah.
I mean, we finish each other's
sandwiches.
Yeah. Has there ever been like an on stage where it's like, I fucking want to kill you? Have you had one of those ones yet? Where it's like someone does something and you're just like...
I have about 3 photos. There's one where Brian's giving me a look like he wants to kill me as I'm doing something. And then there's this one where he's doing something and I'm just like... I have about 3 like good like professional photographer photos of us just...
When we were playing with Front 242, like it was our like kind of intro thing, whatever, and she was like playing, and then she looked because she told me don't wear your shitty Converse, these white Converse that I love. I don't know why I couldn't wear them, but she just gave me this.
So you wore them?
Yeah. Oh yes, I wore them. Of course. Like she said no to some shoes that I wanted to. I mean, dude, come on. But
so you're like, by saying no, you shouldn't wear those shoes. It was like declaring, you know, you were like, I'm definitely wearing these fucking shoes then.
But yeah, she gave me like one of the most fucked up looks I've had given to me in a long time. Like she looked down and she looked at me in the eyes and I was like, oh fuck.
I mean, the joke was on me. I had a wardrobe malfunction during that show, so I should just let you have the shoes.
Let me have the shoes.
What happened?
I was wearing latex leggings, but I mean, I should know I've been wearing latex for fucking years, but I got super sweaty. So they were like sliding down as I was playing.
Right. So were you plumber cracking?
What?
You had plumber's crack?
It was like, I mean, they slid really far down.
So you're basically like...
I was trying to keep the torso like level with like my table and sense, and I don't know. I'm sure it looked pretty strange, me just trying to like pull my stuff up
each time. Yeah.
I'm gonna get her suspenders.
What's that?
I said I'm gonna get her suspenders next time.
No. Yeah. You just have like a huge cornstarch like talcum thing.
Yeah, I should have put on the top for sure.
That's super funny. It's just like you're just almost mooning people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure the guys that were working the gig that were standing behind stage were just like,
Yeah, we're like, go and check it out.
Yeah, I wasn't wearing underwear, so it was just all there.
It was all out there.
yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. Because yeah, that's the thing. Like, like when playing, like I said, that's it's like you said, Brian, I think earlier, that's the double-edged sword of playing with a partner. You've got the good bits, and then you've also got the bad bits. Like I've seen
Hands fall off.
like a couple being in a band and they've had a fight and then play. So bad. Like
multiple done that like multiple times, and then like afterwards it's fine.
But the thing is, we don't really do that much.
You work out on stage.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, it was like we were pissed off like before like every show.
Yeah, but now I mean, it's now that we are a little bit more consistent. Everything. I mean,
it took us until like year 10. Now, like we really don't fight that much.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
I'm sure like the two people that just saw us publicly fight 2 days ago are watching this like, hey, you don't fight.
They don't fight. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. I mean, it's like the comical side, I guess, of the whole thing is that, it's kind of on display. Like, like you said, you've got your like personal life and your love life, love language out there, for everyone to see. So yeah, you're gonna get like the other side as well. Like, and have you like done any like, have you got any angry like bitchy songs like that you've that are not love songs but more like fight songs?
Yeah, well, I like Skin on Skin. I wrote like the lyrics to because I was getting sober, and I had all of these friends who I had to cut off. I mean, it was just for the better, especially where they were still bad influences and stuff like that. And that whole song is kind of like realizing that it's about realizing that these people are bad for me.
Yeah.
They may not be bad people, but they're just bad for me, bad for my life. And so,
but I love reading the review. Someone wrote a review of that song and was like, the lyrics are so sexual.
It's like, no. The song.
That one actually was.
So they went in there with a totally different idea.
Yeah. The song is about being lonely.
People interpret our lyrics in different ways too. Like if I mean them in one way, people think it's something else. But I mean, that's for everything's open for interpretation. So
it's like puppy could be thought of in a completely different way than what it is. I mean, everything on the album is. We say that they're love songs, and a lot of the lyrics sound like they're not. Yeah, it's
that's your vibe, and I think that's your like whole vibe, and you get that. Like, and I think anyone who's kind of been following you guys would gets that about that's how the dynamic kind of works. But yeah, you have that. I feel like that interpretation thing like is really interesting. Like when you have your vision and what the song's about, and then you have like multiple people who have a totally different idea of that song or whatever, and you're like pulling something from the lyrics. And like, do you ever kind of like go like, not like that person you reviewed it and you're just like, where did you pull that from? Or like or where someone says something to you like, oh, is it about this, and then you go, fuck, that's cool, that's it. Like that's kind of cool, I like that.
I just let people interpret it how they want, just because I interpret other people's music the way that I want to. So I'm like you how to enjoy my music. Yeah.
So what do you guys like, I guess, what do you guys like actually day to day? Like, what do you listen to?
Well,
irrespective of like the band, like you just, you know, not necessarily like,
What does he like and what do I like?
yeah.
That's very different.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's um,
I always say he listens to terrible music. So
yeah, like I still some people may call it teenager music, but I mean, I still listen to like a shit ton of old hardcore. I'm really back into a lot of straight edge hardcore for some reason, and
Yeah,
I like old, you know, like yesterday in my salon, like I listened to the Misfits all day. It's like,
yeah,
you know, it's just like classic stuff that's like, and I call it Misfits summertime music anyway,
yeah.
you know,
yeah.
because it's, you know, it's good stuff, and there's so many like bands out there that nobody's really that are up and coming, you know, that
Yeah. That I've got, yeah. I listen to a lot of like older
anyway,
stuff as well.
you know,
I was gonna say when I exercise, like if I when I actually exercise, not doesn't happen very much anymore. But yeah, like I used to have like one of those bikes, like the actual like what are they called? Like you know the class, like the
Yeah,
yeah,
actual fast bikes. Yeah, and I used to listen to
Soul,
what's that?
Soul Cycle.
Yeah,
That one.
the full on yeah, you know, big
I did
fast
that one.
bike. And your
Oh,
ass is like way up here and you're like ow fuck the
yeah.
whole time. And yeah, I had one of those for a while, like in the garage, and I would go down there and put like I'd have certain music that I'd only listen to when I get on the bike because it would make me like do it. I was gonna say Brian Throwdown was
yeah.
that that was like I've got Haymaker is like
Yeah,
my that's
all
my
of that.
fucking let's go,
Yeah,
you know, and like you know, and then there's like you know you have these songs where it's like fucking straight. I've never been straight edge in my life, but like you feel the power and you're like yeah, the great
yeah,
music to work out to.
yeah. It
Yeah,
has its
I kind of alternate between hardcore like and but mostly throwdown because that stuff's real fast
yeah,
and
yeah.
so I'd be like yeah and I feel like I'm going out like to box or something like you like the old you know when the guys they're all amped up at a hardcore show and you
Yeah.
like yeah and they're all like fucking running around like maniacs and windmilling and like whatever and so yeah everyone's losing it and I kind of yeah so I've got a lot of I've probably got like I'm probably half Rachel half Brian musically because I've got the hardcore side definitely where I'm like yeah I mean
You know,
I still listen to I
Yeah.
still listen what's that
Every time you keep going, yeah. It's so
because it's just like that's the mood it gets me in like it's so funny like yeah like my favorite of all time is American Nightmare and I get
yeah,
super fucking excited about it but then there's other hardcore that I hate like I can't stand like Terror for example and shit like that
yeah.
I can't handle that but like you know they're all ones that are a bit too you know but
I don't
yeah
even know the word. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah you
terror.
have no idea
yeah.
but like I was gonna say like Walls of Jericho is another one
Yeah.
like All Hail the Dead amazing full on
Yeah.
like it's almost metal but like with female singer Rachel for your benefit it's like a hardcore metal band with a female singer and she's a really good screamer yeah yeah she's
I did
amazing
not.
I saw them live and was like shit because she's really small but quite tiny girl and she's like and you're like whoa
Was on a tour with Iron Age, and they played with them in like Alabama or some shit like that. And they also played with a band called Kingdom. I don't know. It's another female-fronted band. I was just like, this is amazing. Like, amazing. It was
I was
like
gonna say have you got keep going
they're just a
yeah
tight band. Amazing. Yeah. Like it was
yeah
a good show.
I was gonna say have you guys seen Pharmacon
Yeah.
live yet?
Actually,
She's like she
we hung out with her and Luna in August until like, I don't know, 10 in the morning last time she came through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was playing some Red Bull event.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
Yeah, she's
like
amazing. See her, it's like,
she's like next level. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I went to saw her at a show and was like, you couldn't even move in there. That's how many people were there to see her. It was just like tight. And yeah, and she's just like, I love it when she just leaves her, you know,
Yeah.
comes down with a big mic and like, yeah, goes around. It's awesome. It's like, and she just screams, she goes mental, and I fucking love it. It's like, that's like the level, like, you know, of like that whole multi-layer of being a, you know, of the performance of it, you know, when you're doing electronic music. That's just like, that's like the spectrum, you know, like you've got like eyes down guy, and then you've got like like this whole thing, you know.
Even like way more when you're just like one person up there doing it. Like, I don't think I could. Like, we had one set where I played the intro and it was like just me by myself and Brian wasn't up there, and every time I'd be like, oh, this feels weird. I don't like being by myself.
Don't like it on your own. Yeah, because like that is like, you know, like I love that about, you know, and it's the same with Zania. She's always playing on her own, and I'm always like, wow, like, you know, like just
she's always amazing to see.
Yeah, like I saw her at Urban Spree, and like I think it was the perfect time. That was my very first time seeing her live, and it worked. It was a really good way to see her. But then she's come to Australia and played a couple of times here, and I've seen her here. But I think my favorite time seeing her was when it was in Berlin. That show was like probably the most memorable one that I've seen her play. Yeah, and so aside from Brian's side of the spectrum musically, what's yours, Rachel?
Industrial, EBM, 80s.
Like 80s goth? Like cold wave? Or?
Sorry?
Like 80s kind of cold wave and like goth and stuff? Or like what?
You know, like Echo and the Bunnymen type.
Yeah.
I think like everyone in the world knows my favorite band is Current 93. I'm like obsessed with anything David Tibet. So yeah, I have like a shocking amount of Current 93. It never gets old to me. But yeah, you know, some techno. Yeah.
That's cool. I love because I love when people like do something. Like, what's that?
I'm like, nothing.
It's not as interesting like hardcore music, I guess, because it's expected.
Yeah.
At the gym, I listen to podcasts. So
at the gym,
you know.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of You're like
stalling.
So you're just kind of like Zen Rachel on this side and like Brian mental on this side.
It's a balance.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like you've got like a yin and yang thing going on, I guess.
I hope I'm the yang.
Yeah, and I make him podcasts, or I have been like for years. I've been making him like playlists of things that I feel like he should listen to that would help him. See, the weird thing is with him, when we started this band, like he for years called the music I listen to weirdo freak music.
Spooky music.
That's what he would call it.
Spooky music.
And then we started this band, and he's like pumping out like industrial beats, never listening to industrial music. And I'm like,
yeah.
So I give him like playlists with, you know, old school industrial that I feel like you should listen to like help him. I don't know, but he likes some of it, but it's just not really his thing, and it's weird. But he's in an industrial band, listen to industrial music.
I mean, it's kind of I was trying to think who I was speaking to the other day. It was very similar. It was like they don't listen to the music they play really at all. And I like
Me.
it's like, yeah.
Whenever we write music, I seriously try to take as much inspiration as it sounds, a little cliche, but I try to take as much inspiration from as many genres of music as possible.
Yeah.
Let's see, Throated, for some reason, I was listening to a lot of Motown during that part. We were
Oh yeah, he
writing
listens to a lot of Motown.
Yeah,
Shangri-La's and Crystals and
Yeah.
I love that shit for some reason.
I love singing along to that stuff. I have a playlist that's just filled with 50s and 60s.
He wants to start his own called the Brian Jackson 5. Don't even get him started with his project.
My R&B project, it's called Casual. Like casual, but casual.
Casual. Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
He's been talking about this for like 8 years, by the way.
Yeah, now that, we got drum machines, I'll just be like, yeah.
And the other day, my friend was over and we were cooking dinner. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's in here trying to recreate that Robin song on our Electribe.
It's a good track! Come on!
No, I'm like, everyone has like that, like, there's something, like, everyone's got that guilty pleasure, like, song or band that they like love, but they just don't tell people that they love,
over and over the last few days.
What's that?
I've been listening to that The Weeknd song.
Yeah.
So, like over and over the last few
Blinded
days.
by the Light or something
It's so
like that.
good. It's so catchy. It's not normally what I would...
I hope you dance like that when it's on.
Oh, of course I do.
See, I will like put shit on like ABBA, and I'll be like fucking boo, boo. I love it.
Yeah.
Like shit like that, like, and I'll put it on. And just like like I love it when a band pulls out a cover that you wouldn't expect. That always, I love that.
So
you're working on one?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe it's not unexpected, but it wouldn't.
But
be.
Yeah. We also
is it current 90? Is it current 93? So it's Throwdown then.
Yeah, right now.
That's something I would like to hear.
Right.
Brian.
I'm sorry?
Pick a Throwdown track and turn it into an EBM song.
No. No.
Sorry, I'm encouraging him.
You start a band with him.
Yeah, no, it is. It's like you've got to. I think that's the thing, is being eclectic helps very much. Like, in like all the different, especially with what you guys do and playing with so many different sounds and samples and things like that. Like being eclectic is really helpful.
When we were writing You May Feel Some Pressure, I was really into Pet Sounds at the time, the Beach Boys, obviously.
Yeah.
And, we would listen to it and be like, holy shit, like, there's so many layers and so many layers to these songs that are written. It'll probably start off with like a drum beat or whatever, but he has like a random harp for like a bar, and you're just like, but that made pretty much the whole song. It's like,
to have just like that one little random weird little blip in a track.
Yeah.
But,
you should watch the film.
Yeah, and like you have you ever seen that documentary? Oh my gosh, the Rolling Stones documentary, Sympathy for the Devil.
Yeah, long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you see these guys, in the studio, and they're kind of like jamming the song out. And when it first starts, it sounds nothing nothing like the original or the one that they came out with.
Yeah,
Then you just people like just working on it, evolving the song,
I remember when
song.
we watched that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden at the very end of it, you have one of the most amazing songs ever written in rock and roll.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's a great